What is going on, my friends? A bit of a different video here. I am going to begin this brand new investor series where I try to apply my knowledge of what I do in the stock market to the sports card market. And this is all hypothetical. It's not totally tested in the sports card world. It's tested and proven to be very profitable in the stock market world. So let's get into it. I am going to be talking about today the basketball and football markets and why you might want to be a bit cautious when buying basketball and football, and maybe when it will be safe to buy it again. So here is a chart of Card Ladder's football index. And essentially what they do is take 50 cards from football and different eras to best sort of encapsulate the football market. And this chart is very intimidating. As you can see, it really is an unprecedented sell-off in the sports card market. And basically what I'm going to try to do in this video is try to give you an idea of when this insane sell-off will pause. So here are Card Ladder's football and baseball charts overlapping. And as you can see, football and baseball, since 2003 when they started tracking this, have run very close to one another. And on average, football would be trading at around 1.3 times baseball. And right now, to just keep things into perspective, football is trading at a multiple of 5.3 times baseball, which, historically speaking, for 20 years is sort of unprecedented, just to put this bubble into perspective. And when football peaked a week after the Super Bowl on February 20th, football was actually trading at a multiple of 8.7 times baseball, which is just insane, just to put this bubble into perspective. So just like everything in nature, what goes up must come down. And here is that same chart zoomed into the time period between the day the football bubble popped on February 20th to today as I'm recording this. You could see football, which was the rage of the pandemic, which was what everyone wanted to get their hands on, modern football, and it's down 44.5% since the day the bubble popped, while baseball has remained very steady, only down 8% in that time period. Just again, giving you perspective on how nature sort of tends to correct itself. And even though things are down a lot, to go back to that 1.3 multiple, there's still a long way to go. Because like I said, we're still trading, or football's still trading at more than a 5 times multiple of baseball, which is not historically how things usually have been. So here is baseball and basketball overlapped on top of each other. And this is a bit easier to be able to know when a bottom might be in, because since Card Ladder started recording data on this in 2003, the baseball market has been trading above basketball for 20 years. That has been the norm. And this is just as far back as Card Ladder goes. You could assume it's probably even further that baseball has been above basketball. But as you could see, early 2020, when the pandemic started, basketball has been trading above baseball. And again, like I said, it's not guaranteed things will correct and go back to normal, but there is a lot of history to show that it will, and that the basketball bubble, like football, still has a long way to go before it's fully bottomed out. And historically speaking, baseball traded at a 1.27 times multiple of basketball. And right now, basketball is trading at a 1.63 multiple of baseball. So this probably won't bottom until these eventually flip back and baseball is steadily above basketball. And here's just a short-term chart from 2/20 of this year, February 20th, when, funny enough, basketball and football peaked on the same exact day, like the whole card market did a week after the Super Bowl. And there's basketball down 33%, while baseball, again, in a horrible bear market, has stood pretty steady, even after the season ending, and basketball coming down at a much faster rate than baseball. And eventually, historically speaking, it probably will correct. You can't say with 100% accuracy, but you could definitely say there's above a 50% chance, more than that, that basketball will come back down to earth and baseball will surpass it again. Don't know when that'll happen, but until that happens, again, you want to be a bit cautious with basketball. And just like in the stock market, when there's a bear market and you see Apple, Amazon, Microsoft, Boeing, all these really well-performing historically companies, they still tank in value. Even though they're good companies that a lot of people use, they will still tank in value. And as you can see, Patrick Mahomes playing some of his best ball, probably going to win MVP. Luka, Ja, Burrow, all these guys playing some of the best ball of their lives. Since that 2/20, February 20th peak, they are still down 30-something%, 40%, 50%. And that's just the nature of a bear market. So just because a player is playing well, they are still not immune to a bear market. So yeah, just a quick overview, recap of sorts. Basketball and football are still very overbought. The bubble is still popping, still in its process of popping. Bear markets, you got to remember, can be unrelenting, and you really can't time the bottom. They are brutal. And we're all going to get through this together. And you got to also know, even in bear markets, good performing stocks, good performing players are not immune. They will correct along with the market. And in the future, I'm going to be talking more about this stuff, investing, how to cover your butt, maybe when the market will bottom. Try to do something like this maybe once a week. So just spitballing. Let me know if you guys like this type of content, and I'll gladly do more. I hope you guys learned something or can take something away from this video. And that'll do it. Until the next time, everybody. Peace.
DJ rips with his fingertips. He'll go broke by the end of